So let's see. Okay, so let's start recording. There we are. Okay, baby. So, welcome to a new semester. This is our fourth semester together. Can you believe it? We have been together for a year and a half now, and we're gonna have another semester together. All right. Okay, so what is the mechanic today? Well, basically, I want to cover some important points, some important information that you need to know before the start of the semester, all right? So in this case, for example, here we have the new Google Classroom, all right? I am assuming that everybody who's in the session is already here because, I mean, you found the link to Zoom and it was here on Classroom. I am still missing some people. Let's see when they realize they have to join the new Google Classroom. But anyways, okay, so now here where I place the permanent Zoom to link, the permanent Zoom link, sorry. I also placed last night, by the way, I also placed this PDF, which has the important information we're gonna start covering right now. Give me a sec, Vale can't enter. All right, there we go. Okay, good. So let's go over that PDF for a second. Okay, so this PDF basically has all important information you need to know. If you forget what I am going to mention right now, you can always open it via Google Classroom. The PDF document is going to be there. I'm going to show you again in case you weren't paying attention. It's right here. Okay, it says Purple, March, July 2021. All right. So now, let's see. So purple fourth semester. You are already in fourth semester, babies. Can you believe it? You are almost 50% done with La Normal. All right. Anyways. So in this case, first point, we'll basically continue where we left things off last semester. All right. And there is a typo there. I'm sorry, by the way. So where we stopped doing things last semester, that's where we're going to continue. So same book, same work mechanics. What are the work mechanics? We're going to have our Zoom sessions. We are going to practice here. All right. And we are going to upload homework to Google Classroom. That's the same mechanic. There are some differences this semester, but we'll talk about them later. Okay, then as usual, homework and assignments submitted late will only be worth 50% of the points. Now look, babies, when the pandemic started, last year, of course, we weren't prepared for this. Okay, we weren't prepared for this. It was a huge change for you. It was a change for me. I had to move back to Veracruz, etc. But it's been a year. Okay, it's been a year since we have been working online. So I think it's time to be more efficient with the things that we do. So in this case, for example, what happened over the last two semesters is that sometimes if you forgot, if you made a mistake uploading an assignment, I was like extra flexible, and not only did I give you permission to upload the activity late, I also contacted you so that you could upload the activity. So I was like, hey, fulanito, perenganito, don't forget to upload this activity. Well, this new semester, babies, you are already experts in online work. You have been working online for a year. So please take responsibility of your activities, all right? What I mean is, if we have homework and the homework is for Saturday, for example, okay, or for Friday, something like that, and you don't remember, you forget, because it can happen, you forget to do the homework, but you remember next Monday, next Tuesday, okay, upload the homework. But please be aware of the fact that that homework is only going to be worth 50% of the points. If the homework was 2 points, you only get one. If it was 5 points, you get 2.5. 50% is what I'm going to give to these late homeworks, okay? Now, something else I have to mention is that now there is going to be a difference between homework and assignments, okay? Homework is, of course, what everybody understands as homework. For example, we do some activities today and I give you homework for the rest of the week. Okay, that's cool. But assignments are class assignments, things that we do during the class. So these ones are also gonna have some points. Why, babies? Because in the end, I mean, it's been a year. I know that we have all had problems at some point with the internet, with electricity, etc. But in general, the majority of you can work online. Why? Because you are working online in the rest of your classes. All right. So if we do an activity in class and you were not in class that day, well, you can check the instructions. You can try to contribute to the activity late, and it's 50% of the points. Okay. Now, if you were not in class and you don't check what we did, you don't check instructions, and you don't do it, it's a zero. All right. And here I want to make a parenthesis. Do we have any questions, any problems, or any traumas regarding these first 2 points? Do we understand?
No, teacher.
Okay,
No,
perfect. So
teacher.
no questions, right?
Okay.
Not that you don't understand. Okay, good. So to summarize it, and it's gonna be here on video, all right? To summarize it, we continue working with the same book, same platform, same mechanic. The only difference is that now homework and assignments that are submitted late are only 50% of the points, and I'm gonna be super strict with that, okay? So in this case, homework is regular homework. Assignments are activities we do during the class and that I'm sometimes gonna ask you to upload to Classroom, okay? If that is the case and you are not in the class, it's cool. Do it later, but do it. If you don't do it, you get 0 points. Okay, now next point, let's see. In each unit, homework and assignments are worth 60%. Now, something that is important for you to remember, it was the same thing we did last semester, but just in case you don't remember, when you submit homework or a class assignment to Google Classroom, I give you all the points for the homework. I don't penalize homework. I don't penalize assignments. You do it, but it has mistakes, you have your points. You do it, but it's incorrect, you have your points. You do it, but it's incomplete, well, you only receive one part of the points, obviously, because it's incomplete. All right. Now, what else? What else? Oh, yes, I don't penalize homework. I don't penalize assignments, but you have to be careful with unit quizzes or projects. Now, every unit, we're going to have a quiz or a project, one of the two. All right. Now, quizzes and projects are worth 40% of the points, a much smaller percentage. But quizzes and projects, you only receive the proportional part of what you do, okay? So, for example, if you have mistakes, if you have errors, well, here you're going to be affected just a little bit, okay? So, homework, don't worry. If there are mistakes, it's fine, you get your complete points. But if there are mistakes in a quiz or in a project, obviously they are going to be penalized. Something else I was going to tell you. I forgot. I was going to tell you something else. Wait. No, I guess that was it. I don't remember if I was going to tell you anything else. Okay, so I repeat it. And I'm repeating this because it's always the same mechanic and we always have the same questions. So in each unit, you're gonna have homeworks, assignments, okay? And those are 60%, no penalizations. You do it, you get the points, it's automatic. But we're also gonna have a quiz or a project that's 40% and you only receive like what's proportional, all right? Because here is where I check how are you doing with grammar, how you are doing with production, etc. All right, so it's important to only give the proportional part. And then last point, well, at the I love this panda, by the way, you know me, super immature. That's why we have a panda here. So at the end of the semester, I will consider your 3 highest units, just like I have always done. If we evaluate 4 units, I only take the 3 highest. If I evaluate 5 units, I only take the 3 highest units for your official report, okay? So, but this semester in particular, we will also have an oral and a written exam. By the way, I don't think Milton is here, but this is important information for Milton because Milton was panicking on Facebook the other day, like, oh my God, I have an English exam tomorrow and me van a bajar de nivel, something like that. Okay, it's like, no, Milton, no, that was not the mechanic last semester. I hope you watch the video because we're mentioning you. But this semester in particular, yes, we're going to have an oral and a written exam. Next semester, there is a possibility, and I emphasize the word possibility because it's not 100% sure, but there is a possibility that we reaccommodate groups, okay? Based on what? Based on the level. Why? Because as I was saying, your groups should have been reaccommodated last August, but we didn't reaccommodate groups because of the pandemic. But well, this August, pandemic or no pandemic, we are probably gonna reaccommodate groups based on the oral exam mostly. All right? So, fair warning. You know it from the beginning of the semester. So, and by the way, why am I telling you this? Why? Because, well, it is very important that you guys consider that if you don't practice with your microphones during the Zoom sessions, you have no other opportunities to practice. And that oral exam in July is going to be super important. So, you have been warned. Look, if you have Milton is saying good morning, why? Why is he texting me good morning? Is it for everybody? Is it for me? Give me a sec. Okay, anyways. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Oh, no, I don't remember. Oh my God, I got distracted. Okay, anyways. So, oral exam is going to be very important. So, these sessions are your opportunity to practice. Look, if your microphone is not working, there is nothing you can do. Be active in the chat. But if you have a working microphone, but you are worried because the people in your house are very noisy, don't worry. I mean, we can all experience noise at some point. For example, here my 3 chihuahuas are super crazy. Right now they are sleeping. That's why they are not making noise. But any minute now, they wake up and they are gonna start barking. All right. So it's normal. Don't worry. Open your microphone for 20 seconds to participate and say what you're going to say, and then close it. Close it. But I honestly need people to start participating more because this is your only opportunity to practice, to be honest. Okay. We don't meet at La Enge anymore. We have no other spaces to practice. If we don't take advantage of practicing using our microphones in Zoom, we're going to have a terrible result in the next oral exam. Okay. So I'm warning you, next oral exam is important. We have all semester to prepare for that. I remember what I was going to mention before. Here we have an asterisk, okay, because an important note. Remember I said, homework and assignments submitted late, if they are not on time, are only 50% of the points. As usual, because this is something that I have always believed in, as usual, if you have any situation or problem, you need to contact me directly and ask for an extension, okay? I can be flexible, I can give you more time, but you have to contact me. If you don't contact me, babies, I cannot read your mind, okay? I cannot know that something is happening. You know that I am always going to try to help you in whatever I can, but you have to contact me. Okay? If you don't contact me, zero. If you don't contact me, 50%. So please contact me whenever you have a problem. So far, any questions, any problems, any traumas?
No,
No,
teacher.
teacher. No.
Okay, cool, perfect. Okay, something else that I think you are noticing now is that I usually try to switch back and forth between English and Spanish with you. No more, okay? So you're only getting English for me from now on, all right? So also be mentally prepared for that. You guys are very good. So just, I mean, get used to that idea that I'm not speaking in Spanish to you anymore. So it's just English. Okay, now two additional things that we have to cover. First of all, what you can already do. I mean, things that you already know based on the past 3 semesters. Okay, based on the past 3 semesters, what you are supposed to be able to do in this moment, 10 of March of 2021, is this. You can discuss routines, you can talk about preferences, past events, experiences in general, and future plans. That's the core of what you guys can do, all right? You can also make invitations and arrange plans. So that is like your repertoire. That's your repertory. All right. Those are the things that you are able to do in theory. All right. Don't worry. We're going to do some little practice on these points a little bit later today, but that's the general idea. This is the minimum you can do. Well, additional to this, you can obviously give personal information. Everybody can answer, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you study? Those are kindergarten stuff. But like the central core of your English knowledge so far is discussing routines, talking about preferences, past events, experiences in general, and future plans. You can do all of these things and more because there are more things you can do that are not mentioned here. Okay, and you can make invitations and arrange plans. So those are like the most important points or the most important things that you can do up until now. And those are things, of course, that we have to practice again before we officially start with the new topics. Okay, so now things that we have to work on, our class objectives as a group for this semester. Well, number one, we have to work on class participation, what I was just mentioning before. You need to participate more in class. People need to open their microphones more often. If your microphone is not working, well, tell me your microphone is not working so that I can consider that, okay? But if your microphone is working, but you don't participate because one, I know it's because people are gonna listen to me. No, that's not a valid point anymore, okay? Or it's because, oh, it's because my mother makes a lot of noise in the mornings when she's cleaning the house or cooking or working on her own things. No, I mean, don't worry about that. Noise is normal, all right? Now, more class participation, that's the focus of this semester. If you don't participate in class this semester, I promise you that you're gonna have problems in the final oral exam, all right? Now, we're going to be focusing on communication more, all right? Not today, because today it's like an initial class to review and to remember things that we checked before. But from next week on, the focus is going to be completely on communication, all right? Then you also need to make an effort to integrate new expressions into your production. So what I'm saying with this is that from now on, any new thing that we check on the book, by the way, same book, that we check on the book, you have to try and integrate it to your normal production, okay? To your normal participations, to your projects, to everything. You honestly have to try to integrate that. That is going to be essential if you want to pass to the next level next semester, all right? So that's why I'm mentioning that. And then, of course, you have to review past grammar points. Now, this part is something that we're going to start together today, but that you have to continue individually. Here, it's pretty much you and your conscience. We do a general practice today, but if you notice that you have problems, you have to practice. There are 1 million exercises online that you can look for. You can ask me for extra materials, but you have to actually work on improving the things that you have problems with. All right. Okay, so I mean, that's the general information that we have for this semester. Again, this PDF is in Google Classroom. You can find it there. Let me show you. It's this here. Okay, that is the information that we have over here. If you arrive late or if you are not in this class today, you can check this on the video. All right, I'm recording this session as I usually do. All right, so now let's keep going. All right, and let's work on a little review exercise. Give me a sec. Two, 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 two. Two, 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 two. Okay, give me a sec. Something is happening here. Oh no, sorry. Something was happening here. Sorry, I'm investigating something here in Zoom, not on the screen. Huh. Okay, it's a mystery now. Here it is. Okay, ready. All right, so let's see.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. Mini review, Purple fourth semester. All right. Oh my God, guys. I can't believe you're already in fourth semester, my babies. You are big, semi-big babies now. Wow. Time really goes fast. All right. So let's see. All right, so on the PDF file that I was showing you before, and I'm gonna project it again, I was talking about certain things that I consider you can already do, okay? Certain things that are already part of your repertoire, all right? Things that are already like part of your abilities, all right? So you can discuss routines, preferences, past events, experiences in general, and future plans. So those are the central things, okay? So I said discuss routines, talk about preferences, okay? What else? Past events. There is a microphone open right now. By the way, yes, I said open your microphones more, but when you're gonna participate. When you're not participating, keep them closed, please, because there is a microphone open and I couldn't find it. I don't know who it is. Okay, and I can hear a cell phone vibrating. Who is it? Okay, preferences. Um, discuss past events. What else? Experiences in general. By the way, this is in the wrong column, but don't worry, I'll move it in a second. Talk about future plans. All right. Make invitations and arrange plans. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can do, the most important ones perhaps, okay? So in this case, this is what we're going to do. I'm gonna share this file with you right now, okay? I'm gonna give you editor rights for this document, and I'm gonna copy the link in the chat in this moment, in the chat here in Zoom. So I'm gonna ask you to please access this document. Same mechanic we usually do. If you are working on a laptop, it is gonna open automatically on Chrome or Explorer or whatever it is you have. Explorer doesn't even exist anymore. If you're working on your cell phone, you're probably gonna have to download Google Docs. The majority of you already has it because we have worked here in the past, okay? All right, good. So what is the mechanic right now? All right, yes. So these are some of the main things that we can use, that we can do, some of the main uses the English language has. Sometimes we also call these things functions. And I am going to start using more technical vocabulary with you because it's necessary for the final year of English. You are going to start next semester, all right? Okay, anyway, so these are some functions, but now we need to try and remember which tense we have to use. And by the way, what is a tense? Well, a tense is an expression of time, okay, that we make in a sentence, and that is formed by, the subject or the person, the verb, the complement, okay? But the conjugation of the verb changes according to different tenses. So what we have to do together, what you have to do together right now, and I'm gonna play music because I'm gonna let you work for like 7 minutes or something like that. Exactly, very good. The anonymous dinosaur is already working on some examples. So you can collaborate in the examples column. You can add examples of these things, or you can try to remember and add the tenses. Okay. I'll give you an example of tenses because it's the most difficult part. So we discuss routines with the simple present. That is the tense for discussing routines, okay? What is the tense to talk about preferences? to discuss past events, etc., etc., etc. All right, so there we go, babies. Please work. Everybody collaborate. I'm gonna play music. Anything you wanna listen to right now? Eh? Anything you want to listen to? No? Can I select? Do you want to select? Mm, okay, I'm gonna play something very old. Oh, right. Okay, there we go. I am recording again. Thank you, everybody who participated in this. Now, let me check and let me make some adjustments with you, okay? So, well, remember, the first column is the tense or a modal, because sometimes we don't use a tense, we use a modal or an expression for these things, okay? So in this case, first thing is tense or modal, the simple present. Time expressions typically used, usually, sometimes, never, often, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Saturday, on Friday, etc. All right. Something else that we use is in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. What else? What else? Before class, after lunch. There are a bunch of different expressions that we can use to indicate that we are talking about a routine. But an expression that it's going to be really important this semester as well is the expression nowadays. Does anybody have an idea of what nowadays represents? If you have an idea, could you please tell me in the chat in Spanish? Okay, let's make a little parenthesis. What do you think nowadays represents? I'll give you a tip. You can separate this expression in two or in three parts to get a better idea. Exactly. Thank you very much, Marcel. Right. So yes, nowadays, or we can get a now, but a now in general, not a now that right now in this moment at 8:41 a.m. No, we can say now as now in this moment of my life. For example, now. Okay, I would have to connect it with something else, but I'll give you an example. So, for example, you know, I many years ago I worked with children a lot. You know, I used to work in kindergartens and primary schools. All right, but now I work with adults. Now in this moment of my life, okay, I work with adults. So it's in general, not exactly now, right now, 8:41 a.m. All right. But well, nowadays is going to be super important this semester. So let me mark it in yellow. All right, yes, nowadays. Nowadays, as Marce said, that's the meaning in the chat. If you are not checking the chat, check the chat in Zoom. Marce already wrote down what it means in Spanish. All right, very good. Thank you. Now, what is the function, the use or the function? Well, yes, talking about routines. Of course, we can talk about personal routines or we can talk about somebody else's routine. And here you gave me an example. Let's check the examples, okay? I start work at 9 a.m. I usually wake up at 9 a.m. My mom always goes for a run in the morning. Perfect, goes with extra S. I usually take a shower around 12. We have English class on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Yes, and by the way, let's talk about that later. Let's see if we can make an adjustment because I know my babies have to sacrifice a lot to be in class at 8 a.m. and I don't want my babies to suffer. We'll check in a second, okay? So my grandmother takes pills in the morning. Very good, excellent examples. But now, did you know that something else you can do with the simple present is also talk about schedules. Schedules or timetables, all right, with a future sense. So yes, the simple present can also be used with a sense of future. For example, when you're talking about something that has a specific time or day, I can say things like the movie. Back when we had movie theaters, well, we have movie theaters now, but it's not safe. So back when it was very common to go to the movie theater, Back when it was common to go to a concert, okay, not online but in person, it was very common to say, oh, the movie starts in 15 minutes. All right. She leaves for Monterrey tomorrow. All right. So in this case, you see, it's still the simple present, but we are using it with a sense of future. So that is another use that the simple present has. The simple present is very versatile. All right. Another important use of the simple present is to talk about something that we know as general truths. Okay. A general truth is something that is universally acknowledged. Okay. uh, what could we say? Something that is universal. Think of something that is universal. Okay, I have my example. So the sun always rises in the east. Yeah, right. It's in the east, or is it in the west? Someone who can correct me with that. So the sun always rises in the east, or is it the west? I'm not sure anymore. Okay. Another example for a general truth could be I'm going to mention something just as a joke, and then I'm going to erase it because it's not true. All men are evil. Okay, men. They are usually evil. All men are terrible at, I don't know, anything we could invent. I was going to erase it from the beginning because it was just a bad joke. Okay, another general truth. Children start preschool at 3. They start at 3 years old here in Mexico, right? Babies? Is
Yes,
that
Yes,
right?
teacher.
teacher.
Yes, very good. So that is a general truth. Okay, you see, it's not something that's particular for me or for my sister, my brother, my mother, my best friend. No, that's something that it's a general truth. So that's an important use the simple present has. I'm gonna give you a final example. The earth revolves around the sun, not around you, perenganita. Okay, there we go. So that's a general truth. Sometimes we believe we are the center of the universe, but I mean, not even the sun is the center of the universe. It's just that the earth revolves around the sun. Okay, so there we go. So those are the 3 main functions of the simple present. And you see, you can already express all of these things. Perfect. Next one, when we talk about preferences, well, here it was a very smart decision to include these things here because we checked them last semester, and that's what we are trying to do, to recover things that we are checking from the book. Me too, so do I, so am I, neither am I, I'm not either, I don't either, etc. All right. So in general, what we do is that we use verbs like, really like, love, hate, can't stand, dislike, etc. All right, and that way we talk about preferences. All right, so here in your example you have, what would you like? What would you like? What would you like to drink? What would you like to eat? Okay, 2 kinds of food. Okay, here it's partially correct. I would have to add, tell me 2 kinds of food you would like to eat today. Okay, so tell me 2 kinds of food you would like to eat today. Okay, today, oh my God, today I would like to eat a banana smoothie. I don't know why, but I really want a banana smoothie, but I don't have bananas at home. That's very sad. So maybe I'm gonna have to force my husband to go to the fruit store, to the fruteria, and get me a banana because I really want a banana smoothie today. Okay. All right. Anyways, so what kind of music? Well, and here, check this. I'm going to repeat this question with 2 different meanings. What kind of music do you like? When I say, hey, what kind of music do you like, is what kind of music do you like in general, all right? So for example, let me select a person from the list. Let's see, Gladys, what kind of music do you like?
I like pop music.
You like pop? Me too. I like pop, but I also like jazz and alternative rock. Did you know that? I really, really, really like alternative rock. Actually, here at home, we usually listen to alternative rock because Mario likes it as well. Anyways, okay. And what is the difference when I say, hey, what kind of music would you like? When I change do you like for would you like, it's more like an invitation. Okay. It's like, hey, babies, what kind of music would you like for this semester? And we have to make a list. Please, in WhatsApp, let's start making a list of songs. Okay. I'll give you the instructions for that later. So, what kind of music would you like in this moment for this class? For the party. I don't know. That has a different sense because it's not just what you want in general, what you like in general, is what you want for a specific situation. So be careful with this, okay, with the would like. All right? Just changes the meaning a little bit. Okay, now one example that I think is missing. Let's see. I think something that's missing is if I say, I really like tripa tacos. I'm sorry if I'm making you hungry. I'm hungry too. Okay, we can suffer together. And then the other person says, hey, so do I. Tripa tacos are the best. Or maybe the person is gonna say, oh, really? I hate them. We are still discussing preferences. Okay, I think that example was necessary as well. All right. Okay, let's see. Now we go to the next part, which was the simple past. So common expressions to use. And here I said it's not necessary. We don't use any time expressions here because we usually talk about general things. So simple past, last week, last weekend, the last month, um, in December, on Friday, last Friday, obviously, all right, on Sunday. Something else that is past, last semester, in 1998, in 2005. For example, babies, when did One Direction split? When did they split? When did they separate? Does anybody know? When did One Direction look split? I have to Google it, really. Nobody can tell me. No One Direction fans here. When did they break up, people? Guys, seriously. Thank you, Jime. But no, I just Googled it. It was August. Can you see it? August 2015. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Vale. Okay. Yeah, they split up in August 2015. It's going to be 6 years this year. All right. So, anyways, let's cry together about that. So, and yeah, we use it to discuss past events. Yeah, I know it still hurts like the first day. I know. So, we use the simple past to discuss past events that happened in a specific moment. And this is super important because if you don't have a specific moment, then it's not simple past. It's the next one. It's present perfect. Okay. So in this case, what did you do last weekend? Well, last Saturday I went to my best friend's house. Last week I did not work and I was able to watch, because if it's Netflix, it's watch, okay? Watch 2 series on Netflix. Wow, I hope they were good series. By the way, last night, specific moment, last night I started a new show on Netflix. It's called Ginny and Georgia, or Georgia and Ginny. Have you watched it? I liked it. I think I'm gonna keep watching. It's like a new modern version of like Gilmore Girls, but in this case, the mother is a murderer or something like that. So it's interesting. Okay, anyways, so that's the simple past. We use it to talk about specific moments, specific experiences. All right, maybe another example. Oh, I met the love of my life, the love of my life, my lolm, okay? I met the love of my life when I was 22, no, wait. Yes, I met the love of my life when I was 22. And we got together when we were, I mean, I was 22, he was 22, and we got together when we were 24. Okay, it took us 2 years to realize that we were destined to be together, all right, or whatever. And we jump to the next one to talk about general experiences, okay? And in this case, the general experiences, we have been together for almost 11 years now, okay? So we have been together for a really long time. Okay, anyways, so here the function was talk about experiences in general, all right? And here, look, no, we don't really use the simple past or the simple present. Sometimes we add details with it, but what we use for experiences in general is the present perfect. All right, so the present perfect. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Experiences in general. Something that is important is that without mentioning a moment. If you mention a specific moment, it's not present perfect anymore. It's simple past. So be very careful with that. Now, what expressions do we use? Well, yes, we usually use have you ever for experiences or have you for recent activities. Babies, I don't know who copied this information, but clap, clap, clap. Extra choco point, virtual choco point because I didn't notice who copied this, but my respects. This is excellent information. Yes, that is how we use the present perfect with have you ever or have you. All right. Now, time expressions. We don't really use time expressions for the present perfect because if we use a time expression, it's not present perfect anymore. It transforms into simple past. But we can use expressions like for a long time, once, twice, um, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 20 times, many times. So you see, that's the kind of thing that we can use with the present perfect, but a time expression per se, it's not something that we use, all right? Okay, so yes, again, we use it to talk about experiences in general without mentioning the moment. And here you got like super excited and you started copying a lot of questions, which is good, but you gave me a few examples in affirmative or negative, all right? So have you ever visited, there is a microphone open, close. Are you fighting with your sister, your brother, your mom? Okay. So have you ever visited Spain? Yes. Have you ever eaten paella? All right. Have you ever seen, wait, have you seen Moxie? Is it a movie or is it a TV show? In this case, you could say exactly. Google Classroom is Google Classroom. Google is already correcting us. Have you seen the movie Moxie? Not Moxie movie. Okay. The movie Moxie. All right. Have you ever been to Mexico, all right? Mexico, Mexico City, I imagine, because we live in Mexico, okay? All of this is Mexico, all right? Have you ever driven a car? And here in this case, when we say, last week I celebrated my cat's birthday, this is this present perfect, babies? What is this?
Simple past.
Simple past.
Exactly. This is simple past, okay? This is simple past, yeah. For it to be present perfect, you have to be things like I have been. What have I been? No. Well, yes. I have been an English teacher for 15 years. Oh my God. Almost 16. Uh, in um in April, it will be 16 years since I became a teacher. I know, teacher, but you're so young. Yes, I know. Thank you. All right. So in this case, this is like the exception to the rule. Bad example, but well, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll explain why later. All right, another example. I have never been to Europe. Guys, I have never been to Europe, but I know I am going to sometime in the future, like in 10 years maybe, because I don't it's not in my plans for like let's say 5 years, but maybe in 10 years I know I'll go to Europe, okay? I promise. Anyways, so what else? Mm, 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 mm. I don't know, it's a silly example, but Mario has never studied Japanese. I'm giving you negatives right now. Something else, we haven't had breakfast today. Not yet, maybe after the class, all right? Those are negative examples. What about some affirmatives? Um, I have been to Cancun just once. Just once, one time. That's it. I haven't been to Cancun more than once. All right. Something else. Oh yes. I have obtained my doctorate degree, but I haven't received my diploma. Okay. So yeah, I have already obtained the doctorate degree. I am already a doctor, but I am still waiting for the school to give me the freaking diploma. I don't know. All right, it's gonna take forever. So you see, in general, these are experiences. Different things that you can mention. I have. What things have you done? Why you don't you give me ideas? Because I'm old and I don't do any fun stuff. What fun things have you done? I have. What else? Experiences in general. I have. What have we done, babies? I have. Okay. Watch a lot of Netflix recently. All right, there we go. And recently is another thing that we can say. All right, or lately. Okay, there we go. So experiences in general. Now, if you notice that when we are doing these examples, when we are working on them, you are having problems, this is something you have to practice. And that is what I meant. You also need to work on this individually. Okay. Not everybody needs the same things in this point in time. Maybe you remember all of this and this is not a problem for you. Okay. You can relax. But if you notice that you have problems distinguishing the simple past and the present perfect, hey, find some exercises online or ask me for materials. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh. So talk about future plans. And here in this case, in the moment I say plans, no babies, I'm sorry. It's not will. Will is something we don't use for future plans. Okay? Will is something that we use, and I'm gonna add it as well because I think it's the moment for you to learn how to use it. Okay, we use will when we talk about predictions, possibilities, and spontaneous decisions. Okay, that's how we use will. All right. So but let's talk about future plans. Going to for future, of course, or we can also use the present continuous. Okay, let's check your examples. So let's start with a question. What are you going to do next weekend? Well, this weekend I am going to eat with my family. Okay. On Friday, I'm going to the cafe. If it's the cafe, it's the only cafe in the world. So I think it's fair to say to a cafe. But you would need to give me more information with some friends, with my new boyfriend, with my new best friend. I don't know. Okay. In the summer, I'm going to visit my grandparents. Okay. Yes. Very good. Instead of saying the summer, you can say this summer. It's shorter, all right? Okay, so yes, this is how we talk about plans with going to. I'm going to eat, I'm going to go, I'm going to eat lunch, because here we need a verb. Eat lunch at a cafe. All right, so be very, very careful with that. If you have going to, you need a verb after going to. If you eliminate it, it's not going to anymore, it's the present continuous, which is also fine. You know, for present continuous, we could say, what are you doing tonight? For example, oh, you know, I'm staying home. Okay, I'm staying home. We are ordering food on Uber Eats because we're obsessed with Uber Eats, okay? And we are watching a movie. What movie? I don't know, but I know we're watching a movie. So you see, um, both of them can be used to talk about future plans. There are differences in the structure. This is what we checked last semester, so I hope you remember. All right, then let's keep going. Decisions. Okay, will for predictions. I know we're already in March, but 21 will be a better year for everybody. Okay. Another prediction: we will have to wear masks, you know, face masks until 2022. Okay, that's what doctors in the United States are recommending, and I think it's true. Okay, now for possibilities, and pay attention to this because it's something we didn't cover last semester. I'm just including it because people insist on using will for plans. No, babies, will is not for plans. All right. So in this case, for possibilities, I think I will. What do I think I will do? I think I will buy an Apple Watch soon. I think. The moment I say I think means I am not sure. It's like a possibility, but I'm not super sure. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's not a plan, it's just a possibility. And that's the difference. When you say, oh, you know what, guys, I am going to buy an Apple Watch this weekend, it's because you already have the money, you already made the decision. No, I'm just saying it's a possibility for me. I think I will buy an Apple Watch soon. When? I don't know exactly. All right, but soon. All right, another possibility. Maybe I will. Okay, for example, Adri says, I think we will take, I'm gonna copy Adri's, okay? I'm gonna change it for maybe because that's another expression you can use. Maybe we will return ugh, to, and I'm gonna use this expression because it's important, you are teachers, you should know this. We will return to face-to-face classes. Face-to-face means presencial, obviously, right? Maybe we'll return to face-to-face classes in 2022. Yes, exactly. All right. So, you know, it's a possibility, a prediction. It's not a plan. That's the point. Babies, stop using will for plans. Will is not for plans. Going to is for plans. All right. But not will. All right. So, in this case, maybe we will return to face classes in 2022. Yes. I was going to say maybe I will visit one of my best friends in Cancun this December. Maybe, I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not sure yet. Or for spontaneous decisions. What are some spontaneous decisions, like the decisions you make in a restaurant? Oh, I'll have a cup of coffee, please. All right. I'll order the chicken salad. All right. Those are not things that you had planned. I mean, this applies in most cases. Sometimes when we go to a restaurant, we go to that specific restaurant because we already know what we want to order. But if it is a decision that you're making in that moment, you have to use will. All right. Like when you see that a friend has some problems, any kind of problem, you say, oh, you know, don't worry. I'll help you. It's an spontaneous decision. All right. So again, babies, I beg you, stop using will for plans. We don't use will for plans. We use it for spontaneous decisions, possibilities, and predictions. All right. Okay. So now expressions next week, next month, tomorrow, this year, tonight, um, tomorrow morning, on Friday, on Sunday. So you can use any expression that represents future in 2 hours, at 2 p.m., at 3 p.m. That's what you can use. All right. Okay. Excellent. Oof, we have almost finished and we have a lot of information already. So in this case, let's see. Would you like to, and a verb in present, and what to make invitations? Okay. Expressions that we use. What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tomorrow? Hey, would you like to go to a concert with me? Would you like to have Chinese food at my house? Would you like to study together? Would you like to, etc. All right. So to make invitations, yes. What are you doing tonight? Would you like to go to the park? I would like it, but I'm going to do homework. Very good. Would you like to see the Grammys next Sunday with me? Seriously, the Grammys are next Sunday. Wow. Would you like to go out? Are you doing anything on Friday? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan this weekend? Etc. 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 Good job. Okay. And then when we arrange plans, ha ha ha. No, basically the examples that you added here are the same examples that you use here. So no, that's not the intention, okay? When we arrange plans, we go back to the simple present and we add WH questions. So for example, let's imagine the invitation is, I'm gonna select the dinner one because I think it's a little bit more interesting. So would you like to have dinner with me tonight? Sure. What time do you want to meet? Okay. What do you want to eat? Can I bring a soda? Where are we going to eat? Etc. Etc. WH questions. If the invitation is something like, I'm going to the Grammys next weekend because I am a VIP person and I have friends in show business, so they are giving me tickets. So I'm going to the Grammys next weekend. Do you want to come with me? All right. So in this case, sure. Okay. What time are we leaving? What time are we leaving? How are we traveling? What are we wearing? Oh my God, for the Grammys, what are we wearing? Etc. 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 So you see, there is a little difference there. When you arrange plans, you usually have to return to the simple present because you need to ask questions to make the plan, okay, to make it into something more concrete. So guys, oh my God, I can't believe we have written so much information today, all right? This is the general idea. In theory, all of these are things that you can already do. These are things that you already know. Just let me select this text. Let's change it a little bit. Remember, this is most of the things that you can do. You can do additional things that I didn't include here, of course. For example, you can describe people, you can use comparatives and superlatives, what else can you do? You can, what else can you do? You can introduce yourselves, you can talk about new people in your lives. I mean, there are a bunch of different things that you can do. So the sky is the limit in this point of time, okay? So in general, babies, what is the intention of making this huge table today, this mini review? It's not so mini anymore. I'm gonna change the name to review because it stopped being mini long ago. Here the objective is to give you some examples, some additional examples that you can use to practice. You have to, babies, this semester, you have to take like more responsibility of the things that you can do and the things that you can do so that you can practice independently of the class and you can improve them, all right? So that's something important this semester. Could you please send Mariana a text and tell her not to worry? She just sent me a text. She has internet problems. Could you tell her that I'm still recording, please? Thank you. All right. Babies, any questions, problems, traumas? How did you feel with all of this? Do you remember all of this, or do you consider there is anything you need to practice? Baby, is there anything you consider you have to practice?
Yes,
People.
yes, teacher.
Yes, okay, very good. So the idea is that you have to use this table to make decisions as to what to practice, okay? So after the class today, tomorrow, on Thursday, or tomorrow's Thursday, I mean tomorrow on Friday, over the weekend, you have to sit down and actually try to practice these babies, all right? Otherwise, we may have problems with the new unit, which by the way, we're gonna start soon. So this document is going to be in the material section of your Google Classroom, just like this other document is. People who got here late, please check this information. It has important information for the semester, all right? And over here, I'm gonna create like the material section. So I'm gonna name it review because, well, that's the main point. Review, if you ever have questions or whatever, you are gonna find it in Google Classroom, okay? You can take it from there so that you can study it. I consider that this is something that's gonna help you throughout the semester, okay? Anytime you have questions, just go to the classwork section and open the review. Here is where you find it, okay? Now I think it's time finally for us to start working on the next unit. Fortunately, we're gonna use the same books, okay? There is no new book. You're gonna change books next semester, not this semester. And something else, as I was telling you, it's just a possibility. Maybe we will rearrange the group next semester. Maybe not everybody will continue working together next semester. It depends on a lot of different factors, but mostly on the oral exam. I mean, it depends on the oral exam we're gonna have at the end of the semester, and it also depends on some administrative factors. We'll see. So that's why I'm not using going to. I'm saying maybe we will do it, okay? Because I don't know for sure yet, but the oral exam will be very, very important. Okay, good. So for you, this is not unit 16. For you in your book, this is unit number 6. And the name of the unit is How Have You Changed? Okay? So in this case, babies, how have you changed? I have a specific question for you. How have you changed over the past year? So, the last time we saw each other, it was like almost a year ago, like March 14th or something like that, March 17th. So, I want to know, how have you changed over the past year? What's different in your life? Okay, I'll start. Can someone please ask me, just so that I don't feel ignored? Can someone ask me the question in the chat? Someone. What did I say about being more active with the microphones? Someone ask me. People. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you for asking me in the chat. I know you don't have a microphone. Thank you. People with microphones, terrible job, eh? Terrible job. One of the things I'm gonna consider before rearranging the groups next semester. Okay, thank you, Gladys. So how have you changed over the past year? Well, to be honest, nowadays I am a little bit more relaxed than I was last year, because last year I was still studying my doctorate. Now I am free of that. But now I have more responsibilities at school. I have more responsibilities at Enge. I have more asesorados and I have like new projects and I am still very stressed. So that's not different. But like for example, right now I am working here at home from in Veracruz, you know, so that's pretty positive, of course. Personally, well, I have started exercising. Okay, I'm trying to have a healthier life. So now I do a little bit of exercise every morning. Okay, and I also try to avoid soda because I used to drink a lot of soda before, but now I'm trying not to drink so much soda, because I'm getting old, babies. And when you get older, it's important to make life changes like those. Oh, and now I have a new Chihuahua puppy. Last year I didn't have her. We didn't have her. Last year we had two Chihuahuas, but now we have three. And babies, it's crazy. It's crazy to have three noisy dogs, at home. So, but in general, I don't know how else I have changed, but life is it's good, I guess. To be honest, something that has changed in me is that now I don't like to be around big groups of people. When I go to the supermarket, oh, her name is Mandy. Mandy. I think you have met her. Have I shown you Mandy? She's not a baby anymore. She's going to be 1 year old in April. But well, she's my baby. So something that has changed is that now I don't like to be surrounded by a lot of people. I get very nervous. So I guess I am more paranoid than I was before, before the pandemic. Now, if I go to the supermarket and I see there is a lot of people, I get very nervous and I get very stressed and I just want to do everything quickly and leave. Okay. So those are some changes in my life. Oh, and something else that is different is that you cannot see it on camera, but I actually changed my hair color. Now it's because it's wet because I took a shower this morning, but I changed my hair color. Now it's like blonder. All right. Yeah, it's lighter. So there we go. That's a change that you cannot see on camera. You can only see it if we are face to face. So too bad. All right. So those are changes in my life. That is the objective of this unit. The objective of this unit is that you can discuss and describe different life changes and that you can talk about plans for the future again. So we start with the snapshot. Life, yes. Oh, no, it was me, my own voice. Okay. So life changing experiences. So according to the book, these are changing experiences that everybody eventually has. One is change schools, like when you change from middle school to high school and from high school to the Enge, or when you change schools. I don't know if it happened to you, it never happened to me, but some people they change schools in primary school, like they start primary school in one school and then they move to another school. It happened to me in university. I started studying at Tecnológico de Veracruz because I studied computer systems, but then I changed to languages because that was my passion. All right. So moved to a new house, turn 18. Everybody has done that already because you're all adults. Get a driver's license, graduate from college, get a job, move to a new city, travel abroad, fall in love, get married, have children, and retire. Retire is the equivalent of when you stop working, here in Mexico, when you turn 65, and if you had a good job, you can retire. It's a very difficult reality for Mexicans because, the pension system is very damaged right now. So, but those are adult problems. We don't have to worry about that until way later in life, all right? So here we have some questions. Question number one, which of these events are the most important changes in your opinion and why? All right. So which of these events are the most important changes in a person's life? You're not going to discuss it with me right now. I'm going to send you to small groups and you're going to discuss these questions. I'm just reading the questions for you. Babies, when you go to the small groups, I honestly need you to use the microphone. I'm going to be watching you. If you have a problem with your microphone, inform me now in the chat. But if you can open it, I'm going to expect you to open the microphone with your classmates in the small group. Okay, it's very important. All right, next one. What changes have you gone through in the last year? That's what I was explaining at the beginning. What changes have I gone through? Well, now my hair is semi-blonde, but you cannot see it right now. And like I am a little bit more relaxed. Now I watch more TV. Now I do exercise every morning. And now I don't drink soda anymore. All right? Okay, small changes. So, which do you expect to happen soon? What changes do I expect to happen soon? Well, to be honest, I am not expecting any changes soon. I think last year was a big year of changes. This year, I think it will be pretty much the same. I don't expect any new changes. Okay. And now, what other things bring about change in our lives? And here I have to point out that this expression, give me a sec, bring about change is just an expression that we used to say, what other things change your life? Okay. So what other changes in life can you think of? Here we have get married, have children, get a divorce brings change in your life. Graduate from college, what else? Start a new relationship brings change. Ending a relationship brings change. Mm, Starting a new business brings change. Finding a new hobby brings change. You have to give me more ideas, all right? So I'm gonna take a picture of this screen. I'm gonna send it to the group, and you're gonna be discussing this with your classmates. Remember, what is the idea today? The idea is for you guys to start focusing on participating. If you don't have, for example, Mariana says she cannot use the microphone because of her signal. So, okay, but Mariana, you're gonna have to type super fast. Okay, you're gonna have to be super fast typing. The same situation for the rest of the people. If you can use the microphone, please use it. All right. So let's see. Let's make groups. Today the groups are going to be kind of big. We're gonna have 5 or 6 people in each group discuss the questions together. Okay, I'm gonna be watching you. I'm gonna stop the recording now so that the big brother doesn't spy on you. All right. Okay, there we go. I'm recording again, and let's see. So we are practically finished with today's lesson. I promise. So you can go have breakfast. Okay, I need to have breakfast as well. Okay, so remember we were discussing changes, and the reason why it was important to review what we reviewed at the beginning of this class is because in this unit we have to use everything. We have to use present, past, future. I mean, we have to talk about everything we can talk about. So technically, you are going to have 2 pieces of homework this week. Okay, number one, well, 3 pieces of homework. Number one, you have to study the Word document that we put together. All right, it's already in the materials in Google Classroom. You're gonna study that routines, specific past events, general experiences, future plans. Check that information, please, because after that, I'm gonna send you a mini quiz, and in the mini quiz, you're gonna have to work with exactly that. Okay, you're gonna be working with the use of the different tenses. All right. After the mini quiz, what you're gonna do in the final activity is answer these questions. So I'm gonna place all of those instructions in Google Classroom, but remember, you can do anything unless you study what we did earlier this morning first, okay? So you have to study the tenses and the uses first, and then after that, you can start working on the activities. So 2 activities, a mini quiz and answering these questions. Those are your 2 pieces of homework for this first week, okay? Now, something else, you know, as I said before, we're gonna have classes twice a week. We're gonna have classes on Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. and we're also gonna have classes on Wednesdays. Now, to be honest, I am gonna say it again. I really appreciate that the 16 people who were here at 8 a.m. were so punctual, okay, and so on time. But I am a little bit worried because the other 6, 7 people who joined us today were kind of late, okay? So I'm gonna offer you an option. I'm gonna offer you an option and we're gonna do this like a democracy, okay? You know what? We're usually not a democracy. We are more of a monarchy and I am the monarch. But today I'm gonna actually let you choose. So give me 1 second. And I am going to ask you a question here on Zoom. You're gonna answer the question on Zoom. So should we, okay, almost done, almost done. Okay, number one, I need to tell you that the answer to the question is going to be anonymous, okay? It's gonna be anonymous. I am not gonna see your names. I just want to know what the majority thinks, okay? This is only for Wednesday classes. Tuesday classes are always going to be at 12:30 p.m., okay? So there we go. Can you see the question on Zoom? It should be there on your Zoom screen, okay? The question is, should we move the class to 8th? Well, actually, there is a mistake. No. Should we move the class? Yes, let's take it from 9 to 10:30, or no, let's keep it from 8 to 10 a.m. Okay, you have two options, from 9 to 10:30 or from 8 to 10. I'm gonna let you choose, all right? So everybody please answer and let's do what the majority thinks. To be honest, I have no problem. We can keep it at 8 because I am already active since 6 a.m. So it's cool with me, but I'm gonna let you choose. Let's see. 11 people have answered. I need more people to answer. There are like 10 people who haven't answered. Everybody, come on. Answer this on Zoom. Answer this on Zoom. Answer this on Zoom. Sorry, the question was incorrect. Just be careful and read the options. The options are correct. The question was incorrect. I messed up when I opened it. So option one, let's take it from 9 to 10:30. So that means that if you have a class at 10:30, you finish English and you immediately connect to the next class, but you start at 9 a.m. so you can have breakfast before the class. And the other option is to keep it normal from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, whatever you prefer. 9 to 10:30 or 8 to 10. Babies, I still have 4 people who haven't answered. Please, if you haven't answered the questions, answer it. I need more people to answer. 3 people haven't answered the question. Hey, anyone, if you're cleaning your bedroom, if you're taking the class as a podcast, we need you in this moment. We need you to answer the question. Only 2 people missing. 2 people need to answer the questions. And that's it. 2 more people. Who's missing, babies? Who hasn't answered the question? It's super important, everybody. Hey, here on Zoom, stop cleaning your bedroom. Stop having breakfast. Answer the question. We already have a majority, but it's not a majority of the group because there are 27 people in the group and the majority we have here is not the majority. So I need to know if we're gonna reach a majority or not. Or is it a majority? Guys, everybody, answer the question. I'm gonna make a parenthesis in Spanish, okay? Si alguien no ha contestado la pregunta que apareció en pantalla, es una encuesta, es súper urgente que regresen enfrente de su computadora y la contesten. Sale, los estamos esperando. Voy a esperar 2 minutos más a que contesten. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna stop recording because I already gave instructions for the homework. So there is no point in you watching the video of we just waiting for the answers, okay? I'm gonna stop the recording now.